I'm really super resistant to doing this right. Part of that comes from the last game that I made that legitimately had had a real chat interface that worked properly like this. Gave me no end of trouble. Okay. This is the wrong page. What I actually want is my channel, which, nope, not that. Edit panels, there we go. Okay, I got Lee under mostly walking, and then I think they're under, yeah, over here too. Great. There we go. That should be better. Yep. Thank you, Osmo. I don't know if I'm solving this problem tonight. All right, let's try. Here's what I'm going to do. We're in a pretty good spot. I am going to commit matrix scene.wave is 10 megabytes or larger. How much larger? It's 2 minutes uncompressed. 2.4 megs. That's, no wait. That's the imported size. Original size 37 megs. Dear God. I don't need this to be uncompressed right now. I'm pretty sure I don't need this to be uncompressed right now. Let's do it. Export as MP3. Oh, God. Fine. Okay. And this goes to over here. Osmo's asking me about exercising. It's on and off. When it's on, it's good. It's on right now. This week, so my routine now is to get up an hour and a half early. An hour and a half early, and go for an hour-long walk in the morning, which is really good. I think that's really good for me. It's very healthy, gets me off to a good start. When I do that, I almost always am then follow through for the day. Almost always follow through for the day, sort of like sticking to a calorie schedule, which is very good. If I keep that up for a few weeks in a row, then I definitely lose some weight. It is hard to be consistent about that, and I have very much a tendency to make and break streaks, and when I break a streak, then it's hard for me to get going again. So that's my struggle right now, is sort of like, I go home for the 4th of July and I am off my routine, and I'm gonna eat more than I would while I was at home, and then I come back and like it takes me a week to motivate myself to get back into my routine. So you know how that goes. But I'm good right now. I had a good day today. Had a good day yesterday. I got a sticker chart at home, and putting stickers up on it. Yeah. So when was that the start of Mostly Walking? It probably was. I think right now, I don't know if that's true, actually. I might be pretty close to where I was during metadating, which none of those videos exist on the internet anymore, so it doesn't matter. But between metadating, which was like 2012? I think that was 2012, and the start of Mostly Walking, which is about 4 years old now, so 2014. Maybe it was earlier. Maybe there's a little bit more of a time gap. But that might be exactly right, actually. That might be 2 years that starting around then, I started losing weight. I spent about 2 or 3 years losing a significant amount of weight, about 130 pounds. And I've gained back probably 100 of it. So I weigh a lot more now than I did at my minimum. And it'd be great to get back there, but it's a journey. I still weigh less than I did at my maximum, which is good. Thank you, Zyvo. Alright, where are we? What am I doing? I was going to delete this. That's right. I was going to delete this. Does this all work? Should still work. Still plays audio. Still bounces around. Still bounces around. Great. Alright, much better. Alright, commit all of this nonsense. What did we do? Added audio. Added little bouncing animations. Why am I doing this on a different screen? Added little bouncing animations. Added scripting logic from spreadsheet CSV. Started working on laptop UI scripting. Let's commit all of that. Okay, and then oh, god damn it, the scene's not saved. Forgot to save the scene. Stupid commit messages. I don't understand stones. Like a stone is a lot, right? It's a because people weigh a surprisingly small number of stones. Every time somebody's weight is given in stones, it seems like a ridiculously small number. Alright, now we're gonna fuck shit up. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create an empty object in here. This is gonna be a script row. 1 stone is 14 pounds. See, I think it's deceptive because I think like 14 pounds, that's not that many pounds, but then 10 stone is 140 pounds. Like, that's only 10 stone. Like 15 stone is whatever, 210 pounds. Good night, Cage Tiger. Have a good night. We're gonna wrap up here pretty soon. I'm just gonna do some stupid stuff first. Alright, this script row, oh god, because now I have to do Right. Alright, this content is going to hold a vertical... God damn it, how does this work? This is a vertical something... vertical layout group. Alright, so I create a vertical layout group. We're going to give it no padding and no spacing. Child alignment is lower center. Child controls the height. Child force expand, width and height. Sure, why not? Okay, and then I'm gonna give it one of these things as a child. It's gonna be, well, no, not like that. I mean, okay, yeah, it won't let me. That's fine. And then I'm gonna give it a image that is a certain size. Oh Christ, how does this work? This is child force expand. Child force expand, huh? Why does this not appear to be aligned to the center bottom in any way? Okay, so if I uncheck that box, it disappears. If I check the box again, it doesn't reappear. Width. I want the width to be 100%. If I click child controls size, child controls width, then I lose the ability to change the width. Okay, then it came back. Why? Who knows? This guy, I feel like should be like this and have a height of, what if I give it a height of 200? Okay, well, that did something, but not the thing that I wanted it to. I want it to be down at the bottom. Why isn't it down at the bottom? Right, okay. Oh, this is tiny. Okay, alright, so now my vertical layout group is the size that I want it to be. This, I don't know why it's like that again. Vertical layout group. Child alignment, lower center. Align at the lower center, please. Oh, it's in the lower... Oh, it's in the lower center. Okay, yeah. Good call. Okay, so the vertical layout group is this size, this whole thing. The script row is the whole thing. And then the image is in the middle. I can give it a negative Y position, but how do I okay, like this, like that, and then I give it a specific height. Yeah, layout group is skewed above the screen. All right. So Osmo, yeah, I don't want to get too deep into this right now just because it's late and I'm going to close this up before too long. So question about what it was like to see a friend go from male to non-gendered. Which, yeah, is not, I mean, you know, it's not directly relevant to what we're doing right now, but it's, I mean, I think it's a valid question. It's honestly not that strange for me, in even sort of like a literal sense. It's not that strange for me because I have seen people go through transitions similar to this before, and I didn't expect it. Like I didn't foresee that you know, Lee was on this path, or was going to make this kind of decision, or yeah, I mean, I guess the decision to sort of change the way that they wanted to identify to the world and ask people to change the way that they talk to and refer to them. But it also didn't sort of like shock me because I think that Lee is a very self-reflective person who is always sort of questioning basic assumptions about themselves, and that's something that I respect an enormous amount. And I think that that's I think that that's like sort of part of that's not something that leads inevitably to this kind of revelation or change in presentation, but I think it is kind of a prerequisite for it, right? You don't recognize that your gender identity is different from what you had thought or had been told unless you are reflective about it. Or at least that's the way that it sort of seems to me. And so it's sort of in keeping with the way that I think about Lee, that they would be considerate, that they would consider sort of their identity in this way, and potentially come to a conclusion like this. Yeah, I mean, and it was also actually it was nice for me, and I think for Day 9 to have the kinds of interactions that we have with Lee, and to be able to sort of talk about how difficult it is to change the way that we I don't want to say think about somebody, but like the words that we use that have become so ingrained. And yeah, we screwed up a bunch in the first couple of weeks of trying to call them Lee, and remember to do that. And I still screw it up sometimes. But they also screwed it up once or twice, and it was kind of neat to recognize that this is actually a transition for everybody, and it's a period where everybody is relearning, and coming to terms with a new state of the world. And I think that Lee was really, as I would hope that they would be, very sort of understanding of where we were coming from, and generous in sharing their own experience as they were also going through a transition in how they thought about themselves. Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely been interesting. Okay. Gonna finish this up. Gonna try to finish this up. So I have now this script row that has a certain thing. I want, if I put a second one in, for them not to disappear. That's what I don't want to happen. Where'd this go? It disappeared into a corner. It lost everything. That has a height of 200. That has a height of 200. They're infinitesimal. This is what I hate about layout groups. I don't understand why that would happen. And if I make this big again, then it becomes big again. And I can make that big again. That fills up the whole space, but I don't actually want it to fill up the whole space. I only want it to fill up Right. Okay. There's another script I need to put on here. What is it? It's child. No, it's size, content size fitter. Okay. Parent has a type of layout group. A child of a layout group should not have a content size fitter component since it should be driven by the layout group. So what I need to do trying to remember. I think that I am supposed to actually put this like one below, but that doesn't really make any sense to me. And then alright, I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna kill this. Remove that component, get rid of this, make this have a game object inside of it, give that game object the content size fitter. It doesn't complain about that. This thing has a height of 200. And no position. I don't know why I would have a position. And no, it should be stretched. I want it to be stretched like that. To have a left and a right that are 0. A height of 200. The size of this should be driven by its contents, but it's not. Its width and height should be driven by its contents. So what if I make it a minimum size? What if I make it unconstrained? Now I can, no, that's no good. Okay. What is the content size fitter supposed to do? Oh no, that's, I see. Content size fitter. Do not drive the width based on the layout element. Drive the width based on the minimum width of the layout element. Drive the width based on the preferred width of the layout element. So I want these to be preferred. Pretty sure I want these to be preferred. And maybe it just doesn't show up. So let's assume that that's working. No, this is infinitesimal again. So I see. All right. I see. Okay. I definitely don't want that. And now this is definitely not a reasonable size. And this is I don't even know what's going on. And if I create a second one, it doesn't vertically stack. So, blech. This is what I didn't want to do. Okay. Okay, alright, can we make this better? Oh my god. Yeah, hey, Yardney. I'm very close to wrapping this up for tonight. I'm just trying to figure out this stupid UI problem that I'm probably gonna scrap for something stupider. What I'm currently thinking is like just an array of fixed height blocks, each of which will contain a single like line, and then organizing into pages maybe. So there's something to it's just a lot of space. There's something to like Jesse was talking to me about how his script was actually set up when he would do this in high school. And it was a binder where each page of the script was duplicated. So each page of the binder had one page of the script front and then the same page on the back. So you open it at any point and you see two sequential pages of the script, and then you turn the page and you move forward, you know, one page rather than two pages. You move forward so that the page that was on your right is now on your left, and on your right is the next page. So that you could always see sort of the page you were on and also the next page that was coming. You would never have to turn the page like so that the next page hadn't been able to see yet. You could always see any two sequential pages open next to each other. So we could do something like that. We could set this up. Yeah. So imagine this. Imagine that we define a page of the script as being like 5 lines. And then instead of being laid out nicely in proper formatting, it would be... Yeah, the teleprompter might be... I'm torn on it, Strophium, because I think that like the teleprompter is very neat, and it's sort of like it makes it easy. I think actually you're right. I think the teleprompter is what we want. The nice thing about the teleprompter is that you would make it so that the current line being spoken is always at the top of the teleprompter. And then when the next line is spoken, it will scroll up so that that is at the top of the teleprompter. And so at any given moment, you know instinctively, looking at the teleprompter, that things close to the top are coming up soon, and things down towards the bottom of the screen are a little bit further away. Teleprompters also reminiscent of DDR or Guitar Hero. Which works. Okay. Zyvo, you've been doing great with the spiel. It's a game about running tech for a high school theater department. Here, Headache and anybody else, Yardney, who want to see what's going on. Here's the game. So you are running the light board based off of like a script that's going on here, and you're hitting light cues as you go. Whoops, I just turned out all the lights. Shouldn't have done that. And then you're doing sort of like other things. You can hit him with a spotlight, for example, and then turn off all the lights, and then turn on this like special effects, right? Or maybe the special effects would look better like that, and then turn that off, and then it's like this. And all of those, the cues that you were trying to hit would be scrolling by somehow on this script reader, and that's what we're sort of trying to figure out, is like what is that interface look like, and how are we going to construct it? Because the like real for real teleprompter that we imagine we want this to be, where like each line is a line and they're scrolling up and then the next line is under it, requires me to figure out how this fucking vertical layout group is supposed to work, and it does not like me very much. Alright, here's the last thing that we're going to do. This isn't going to help. I'm telling you, I promise you this isn't going to help. It won't be the Matrix. Oh, fuck. I gotta re-import this. Oh, God. Yeah. I'm gonna undo all of this. I hope. I should be able to undo all of this. It will not be the Matrix. Don't have the rights to the Matrix. We're looking at putting together a season of high school theater that consists of 3 plays. So it's basically 3 levels that are Peter Pan, Dracula, and Romeo and Juliet. Hamlet someday. I like Hamlet a lot. I'm sure we will do Hamlet. But not at the beginning. And probably not for a while, because the other Shakespeare that we really want to do is Midsummer Night's Dream. And I don't know that we want to do... we also want to do the Scottish play. So it might turn out that, like, some of these we don't... who knows? The slate that we have is what we think we're doing for the game. We think we're going to do those 3 plays: Peter Pan, Romeo and Juliet, and Dracula. But we have lots of ideas for other things that we want to do, and we don't want to do just Shakespeare. But Midsummer's a great one. I love Hamlet. I don't know that Hamlet is the best choice for this game. So, Oedipus Rex would be pretty good, though. The first play that I was ever in, the first play that I was in high school was Antigone. And Antigone is pretty fucking great. What's Turn Off the Dark? I don't think I know that. Osmo, Zyvo was answering your question. So the dragon emote it's a general sort of Q&A. Opened over here for some reason. It's a general Q&A emote that helps mark audience questions for the Q&A. But it refers specifically to the sort of perennial, most important play-by-play question: would this game be better with a dragon in it? That was the oh shit! That was the Spider-Man musical. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, we're not getting rights to that. As funny as that would be, there's nothing even remotely like that we could have rights to. So, no. All right. Here's what I was gonna do. Canvas. Everything's on the canvas. This game was done entirely in UI. Turn off the window. Computer screen. Computer windows. Messenger window. Messenger content. Message feed, scroll view, viewport, content, messenger interface, chat stream, receive chat, and sent chat. Why? Oh, because that. Okay, why did I choose the one that's in the back? All of you go away. All right, received chat received chat is text. It's an invisible text box that then contains a background image and the visible text. And that is so that it would be forced to have the right size. Because otherwise these it wouldn't respect the interior size of these things. And then the chat stream is the vertical layout group. So I'm not using a content whatever expander thing. I have the messenger interface is inside of the viewport content. So viewport content is the visible window. Messenger interface is the visible window. Chat stream is enormous because I manually set its height to enormous. And it's a vertical layout group. And then an individual chat okay, and it's got width, height, and width, but not height. Child force expand height is off. And then a receive chat is a text box which gives it a minimum size. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I mean, I guess save. So in the vertical layout group, everything was checked except force expand height. Booth, laptop. This does make a little bit of sense that I'm not using the whatever content expand thing, expand to child nonsense. Okay, contents, scroll view, viewport, content, vertical layout group, force child expand width, this is tall, but maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe this content should actually be full size. I'm going to get rid of these things. Just going to break the game, but whatever. So content is full size. Then this, the top is, nope, other way, is tall so that it can hold extra things. And get rid of these. Instead, put things that have definite sizes, like text. Okay, and then give it a font size that's bigger than, like, nothing. Okay, yeah, like that. This is actually probably overdoing it now. Whatever. Okay, and then there we go. There we go. And then if I make this invisible, then I can give it, so this is what I did for the other thing. I can give it a background that is the full size of it, that is like some color, and then also give it text that is the same size in the same place. Right, this is how I constructed the other one. And then I could give it like padding if I wanted to. Which, oh god, all of this is such a pain. But this makes sense. So I guess this is how I will do it. And then instead of this, instead of this being, okay, all right. How do I make this not 100% width? Well, I can figure this out. the kludgy hacks that I can do at this point are going to be less bad and less obvious. It is weird that I can't give it a width though. Is that because this has child control? No, child force expand width. If I change that, no. Yes. Oh dear God. Okay. Yeah, that's no good. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. This is a pain. Okay, but I'm halfway there. I feel like I'm halfway there. And then if I can get this to work, then I'm basically gonna put these in with their times. Anchor right, align left. Okay, and then I can calculate what the total width is and give this an appropriate width. But I can't. See, but then I can't put a thing here. The hacky way that I'm doing this, like, lets me put in these kinds of things, but it's going to make it hard to do the two columns. No, I can't. It won't parse CSS directly. It will parse a very, very limited subset of HTML. Wait, if I do this, yeah. Okay, wait. If I do it like this, I feel like I can get there. It might. Okay, what if I do this? Oh, sorry, I did. Ozma, I did miss it. Um, Alright, I'm going to stop here. This is pretty close. This is pretty close. This was fun. Thanks for hanging out, guys. So, I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to do this again. But if I'm here this week working on this, then I will do... I'll see about setting up another dev stream if I'm going to be here for a few hours. Because this was neat. And I got some really excellent suggestions that I think improved the code that I was writing. So thank you very much for that. That's it. That's it. I'm just going to sign off. Thanks, everybody. It was great to have you here. Have a lovely night. I'll see you Thursday for Mostly Walking. Thanks for being open to me doing something different and trying something new. And I hope that this was fun and like a fun hangout time and at least occasionally interesting. It was neat to do it with all of you, and so I appreciate you being here for that. And I am looking forward to continuing to share progress on this game. It might change really, really dramatically after this week. We'll see. I'll let you know how it's going to go. But we made some progress tonight. I think another day or two, I'll be able to sort of knock out this script thing and make that work. And then there will be sort of, some semblance of a game, which is what we're going for. Yeah, Strophium especially, shout out, thank you very much. Also, Sir S. Charles, and Zyvo, thank you for modding. Yeah, all of you, thanks all of you, you're all awesome. Have a good night. I'll see you next time.